We have all seen it. There is that one friend who can eat pizza, burgers, and pasta, and somehow they just get more muscular and vascular. Then there is the rest of us. We look at a bagel and it feels like it instantly attaches to our waistline. Welcome to Dr. Levitas. We are told it's just fast metabolism versus slow metabolism. But that is a gross oversimplification. The viral truth is that it's not just about how many calories you burn. It's about where those calories go. This is a biological concept called nutrient partitioning. Your body is a traffic controller. Every time you eat, it has to make a decision. Do I send this energy to the muscle tissue to build and repair? Or do I send it to the adipose tissue to be stored as fat? Today, we are going to learn how to bribe the traffic controller. We are going to explore the microscopic doors called GLUT-4 that let carbs into your muscles, why being lean actually makes it easier to get big, and the specific supplements and timing hacks that force your food to fuel your gains, not your gut. Please take a second to like the video and leave a comment. Your engagement is a huge support to the channel. To understand why food makes you fat, you have to understand the gatekeeper. When you eat carbohydrates, they are broken down into glucose and enter your bloodstream. Your pancreas releases insulin. Insulin's job is to knock on the doors of your cells and say, "Open up, we have a fuel delivery." Inside your muscle cells and fat cells, there is a transporter protein called GLUT-4. When insulin knocks, GLUT-4 moves to the surface of the cell to let the glucose in. Here is the crux of the problem. In many people, the GLUT-4 receptors on their muscle cells are deaf to insulin's knock. This is insulin resistance. However, the fat cells, they have very good hearing. So, if the muscle door won't open, the insulin takes that glucose and shoves it into the fat cell instead. Nutrient partitioning is simply the art of making your muscle doors easier to open than your fat doors. So, how do we fix the doors? The most powerful tool is depletion. Think of your muscles as a gas tank or a sink. They store glucose in the form of glycogen. If you sit at a desk all day, your tank is full. If you eat a burger, the tank overflows. That overflow is stored as body fat. If you lift heavy weights, you burn through that glycogen. You empty the tank. When the tank is empty, your muscles become a metabolic sink. They become greedy for glucose. They will suck up carbohydrates from your blood to replenish their stores before any of it can be stored as fat. This is why resistance training is non-negotiable. You aren't just burning calories while you lift. You are creating a deficit in the muscle tissue that gives you a buffer for your next meal. You are creating a place for the food to go. Now, what if you haven't lifted weights? Can you still fix partitioning? Yes. There is a back door to the muscle cell. Usually, you need insulin to open the GLUT-4 door, but there is another key. It's called muscular contraction. Research published in Diabetes Care shows that simple, low-intensity muscle contractions, like walking, trigger GLUT-4 translocation independently of insulin. This means if you eat a high-carb meal and immediately sit on the couch, your body needs to pump out massive amounts of insulin to manage that sugar, turning it into high-fat storage risk. But if you go for a 10-minute walk immediately after eating, the mechanical action of your legs opens the doors. The glucose is sucked up by the working muscle immediately. You lower your blood sugar spike and reduce the need for insulin. It is the single most effective damage control strategy for a cheat meal. This brings us to a harsh reality of physique transformation, the P ratio, or partitioning ratio. The P ratio determines what percentage of weight gained is muscle versus fat. If you are lean, say 10 to 12% body fat, your P ratio is high. If you overeat by 500 calories, a large chunk of that becomes muscle. If you are overweight, say 20% or more body fat, your P ratio is poor. If you overeat by 500 calories, most of it becomes fat. But why does this happen? Because body fat causes systemic inflammation, which dulls those GLUT-4 receptors we talked about. Adipose tissue essentially sends signals that block muscle growth. This means the best way to build muscle is often to get lean first. Bulking when you are already fat is a trap. You are feeding a broken system. You need to strip the body fat to restore insulin sensitivity so that when you do increase calories, your body knows what to do with them. If you have poor genetics for partitioning, You cannot eat carbs all day long like a bodybuilder. You have to earn them. The golden rule of partitioning is place the majority of your carbohydrates around your workout. Pre-workout, you eat carbs here to provide immediate fuel for the intense contractions. Post-workout, you eat carbs here because the sink is empty and insulin sensitivity is at its peak. At any other time of day, like breakfast, if you train at night, your muscles are likely full and idle. If you dump cereal into a full tank, it spills over. By concentrating your carbs into the window where your physiology is most receptive, you partition that energy toward performance and recovery, rather than storage. Can you take a pill to fix this? Not exactly, but you can get close. We call these glucose disposal agents. The most well-researched natural glucose disposal agent is berberine. Berberine activates an enzyme called AMPK, the adenosine monophosphate activated protein kinase. AMPK is the same pathway activated by exercise. It tells the cell, we need energy, burn sugar. A study in metabolism found that berberine was as effective as the pharmaceutical medication known as metformin in lowering blood glucose. Cinnamon, specifically Ceylon cinnamon, works slightly differently. It mimics insulin, helping to phosphorylate the insulin receptor. Taking 500 milligrams of berberine or a teaspoon of cinnamon with your highest carb meal of the day can act as a helper to push that glucose into the muscle, especially if you can't go for that walk we talked about. Finally, you can do all of this right, lift heavy, time your carbs, take the berberine, and ruin it all by sleeping 5 or 6 hours. Sleep deprivation is a partitioning nightmare. A study from the University of Chicago showed that just 4 nights of sleep deprivation of 4.5 hours per night reduced the participants' insulin sensitivity by 30%. Their fat cells became chemically 30% stickier, and their muscles became resistant. Biologically, their bodies entered a pre-diabetic state simply due to lack of sleep. When you are tired, your cortisol rises. Cortisol liberates sugar into the blood but blocks it from entering muscle. So you end up with high blood sugar and starving muscles, the exact opposite of what we want. Here is the doctor's verdict. Become the traffic controller. Nutrient partitioning is the difference between eating to grow and eating to gain fat weight. They are not the same thing. You have the power to direct the traffic. By lifting heavy to empty the tank, walking after meals to open the doors, and respecting your sleep to keep the receptors sensitive, you can change your body's destiny. Stop fearing food, start directing it. Make every calorie work for you, not against you. Let's put those carbs to good use. I'm Dr. Levitas, helping you build muscle, not fat. Watch this video suggestion. It was especially picked for you. Also share, comment, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. It helps a ton with the algorithm. Remain tuned for future videos to empower your health and fitness journey. So, stay healthy, stay happy, and keep going.